Some great conversations happening over at the David Pakman Show Reddit, davidpakman.com/REDDIT. We are just shy of 19,000 subscribers to our subreddit, one of the largest independent progressive media subreddits out there. That's a true statement. Fact check me. I welcome it. davidpakman.com/Reddit. A few things I spotted this morning. A post about anti-lockdown protesters harassing coronavirus nurses at the Arizona protests. Yeah, this is getting very ugly. And I asked on my Twitter today whether other countries are dealing with these types of wacky protests. I guess Brazil is having some, and we see who is in charge in Brazil, and maybe that makes sense. But for the most part, this is almost, at least in this form, this is almost a completely uniquely American thing. And, you know, I guess it would be naivete to imagine that we would simply be united against the virus. But you actually have people who, while they aren't campaigning for the virus, their actions are effectively promoting the spread of the virus. Nurses are being harassed. We've seen nurses get pulled into protests because the protests in some cases have been actually stopping traffic. They call it Operation Gridlock in some cases. And ambulances can't bring patients to the hospital, which is absolutely depraved and delusional if you think that that's going to help get things opened up more quickly. So really horrible stuff. I appreciate Portland Hipster for posting that to the subreddit. User Greg Heff posted an article about an individual, a New York bar owner who has died from coronavirus, who watched Fox, believed that everything was under control, believed that the lockdowns and the quarantines and everything were overblown. And that New York bar owner has now died of coronavirus. Now, I want to just take this as an opportunity to restate. There are some people I'm seeing very anecdotally, and I don't even know where they are politically, who are sort of relishing and taking pleasure in individuals who doubted the seriousness of the virus and then died or had a family member die. I take no pleasure in that. And this is not about trying to baby or nanny state people into safety. But I just don't take pleasure in people dying, regardless, right? And I'm against the death penalty. Even Republicans, even Trumpists, I don't want anybody getting the virus. I don't want anybody dying. Now, what I have said is, if people insist on protesting and engaging in dangerous behavior, if they were only putting themselves at risk, I would care a lot less about it. I still wouldn't hope that they would die, but I would at least say, listen, ultimately, they're only responsible for themselves when they do this. But that's not the case. They spread the virus to other people. Other people die. People who are following the guidelines are dying. And that's a very, very tragic thing. And I take no pleasure in this dude dying or anybody else who didn't believe how serious it was. Lastly, Brody Mulligan posted to Reddit something that to many is cryptic. He posted, "Oh, Mr. Pakman, you know, the capital of Colombia." Liz Me responded, "We are continuing the Pedro arc on the David Pakman Show, and I am determined to figure out what country caller Pedro really is from. And my prediction is we may hear from him on live calls on the Friday show." But a lot of people very wrapped up. It's an episodic, some episodic levity in very, very serious times. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably will very soon. Just Google Pedro on our YouTube channel. Join the discussion at davidpakman.com/Reddit. Privacy.com is one of our sponsors, and they're giving you $5 just for using their free service at privacy.com/Pakman. Privacy is a service I've been using for a while now. I love it. It saves me a bunch of headaches. It's completely free, and it's very quick to set up. And here's how it works. When you pay for something online or over the phone, instead of exposing your real credit card number, Privacy lets you generate virtual card numbers. The payments are withdrawn from your checking account, but your real card number stays completely private, and you do it all with one click. You can autofill the card number in your web browser, on the phone. You can create 12 virtual cards a month. You can set spending limits, freeze them, delete them whenever you want. I especially love it for free trials where you need to give a credit card number, because I can destroy the virtual card number as soon as I give it to the company, and I know I won't be charged in the future. If you're ordering food over the phone, why do I need to give a restaurant my real card number if I don't have to? Companies don't have to know who you are. Your real credit card number is protected from the data breaches that happen, unfortunately, more often than we would like. And it's completely free. They do have a paid version with different tiers where you can create more virtual credit card numbers per month, cashback rewards, extra security features. But go ahead and sign up for the free service. It's a no-brainer. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. You're protected from identity theft. It costs you nothing. And Privacy is giving you $5 to spend just for signing up when you go to privacy.com/Pakman.